Good morning, everyone. Students, we are continuing with borrowed fund and we have discussed two important topics of that, debenture and public deposit. Today we will start with trade credit. Students, trade credit means purchasing something on the credit basis. Okay, ट्रेड क्रेडिट पे आप ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं. ओके, उधार खरीद रहे हैं. ऑल राइट. Suppose this facility is not available and you want to purchase something. Okay, be attentive. You want to purchase something and credit is not available. Cash basis पे आपको खरीदना है. Okay, so you have one option. You don't have money and you have to purchase on cash basis. Then what to do? You have to take loan from someone. Okay, maybe you have taken loan from the bank and then you have to pay interest to the bank. All right, so as you have taken loan, so this money you will use to purchase something which is available on the cash basis only. Is that clear, students? I hope it is clear. Something you want to purchase on cash basis, it is available and you don't have money, so you have to arrange the funds first. You have to arrange the finance. Okay, and then you purchase it on the cash basis. This is one thing. Now, instead of taking loan from this person, if this businessman is telling, okay, fine, instead of cash basis, I'm ready to give you on credit basis. So isn't it a help to you? Just think once. The person is ready to provide you on the credit basis. Okay, so isn't it solving your problem? First, you are taking loan from the bank or from somewhere and then you are purchasing on cash basis. Now this person has allowed you to purchase on credit basis. Now you don't have to take loan. Okay, so this person has financed you, in fact. Okay, providing on the credit basis, that means your problem has been solved of the finance, and later on whenever it is available to you, you can pay. Is that clear, students? So this is only your credit basis, trade credit. When you purchase something on the credit basis from any business, so ultimately this is a kind of financial help to you. Now you don't have to arrange the funds from somewhere. Okay, the party is providing on the credit basis, means helping you financially. Okay, so trade credit is the credit extended by one business firm to another for purchase of goods and services. I hope it is clear. It refers to an arrangement whereby credit is granted by seller to buyer at all levels of the production and distribution process. It's available at all the levels, either this is the production level or the distribution process is there. The buying firm receives supplier without paying immediately. The seller allow their customers to pay their outstanding balances within a credit period. Okay, so seller is allowing the customers that later on, sellers are allowing this to the purchaser that later on whenever the finance is available they can pay, and of course they decide the time period. Okay, already the time when they are selling, they decide the time period, either 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. Okay, so trade credit is commonly used by the business organizations as a source of short-term financing because they have to pay timely within a year. And as you know that the payment which means your debtors which can be converted within 1 year, they are called your current assets, means part of a working capital. So trade credit appears in the records of the buyer of goods as sundry creditors or accounts payable. क्रेडिट, आप क्रेडिट पे परचेज कर रहे हैं, राइट? दे हैव अलाउड यू परचेज इट ऑन द क्रेडिट बेसिस. If you purchase it on the credit basis, so what that party is called, because you have to make the payment later on, so they are your creditors. Okay, so in your books they will be considered as your trade creditors or trade payable. What is the difference between trade creditor and payable, students? Trade payable, okay, payable जो आपको पे करना है. So in fact your creditors, and if you accept the bills payable, bill of exchange आप accept कर लेते हैं, तो creditors से BP create होता है, means bills payable. So your creditors plus bills payable, both the things when include, so that is called your trade payable. As from debtors bills receivable are created, so that is your total receivables, right? And this is your total accounts payable, accounts receivable and accounts payable. Okay, related to your debtors and creditor. Now certain key points which explains about the trade credit. The trade credit, it is used for the short time of the period. So it's telling that from generally it is from 15 days to 19 days. So source of short term financing, because when you allowed somebody to buy it on the credit basis, so the time period is considerable, not very long, but sometime it can be extended beyond this also. Now no interest is payable on trade credit. See, when we arrange finance from any other source, so we have to pay the interest, but here you don't charge, I mean you don't have to pay any interest on that credit time period. For the time you are availing this facility, you don't have to pay the interest. But one thing I would like to clear students, always you will find the differences between the prices. If you buy something on the cash basis, so prices will be something else, and if you buy it on the credit basis, so the prices will be different. So what is the difference? Most of the time the seller, they increase the price to an extent, you know, although the interest is not chargeable, but they cover up the things, they cover up the cost of this time period. So if you buy it on the credit basis, a little bit prices will be increased over there. Next, it is telling it is based on financial strength and goodwill of buyer and the custom of trade. Well, how much credit you avail, okay, for how long you get, and how much amounts credit you can avail from the seller. Either they provide you this facility or they don't provide you. That depends upon your reputation, your goodwill. Okay, if your goodwill is nice in the market and timely you are making payment to your creditors, so they can provide you. And if you don't have good reputation, so you won't avail this. Next one, trade credit appears in the records of the buyer of goods as a sundry creditor and account payable, that we have discussed earlier. Next point is telling the volume and period of trade extended depends on the following factors. This also I have explained, that for how long period you get it, and how much amounts credit you can avail. So it's telling reputation of the purchasing firm, जो purchase कर रहा है उसकी reputation पे depend करेगा. Financial position of the seller. What is the position of seller? If seller is not in a very sound position, so he won't be able to give you the credit for a long time of the period. If he is financially strong and he can have this, he can tolerate that you pay him after 5 months, then he can do that. Volume of purchase to be made by the buyer, that is also matter, what volume of the goods you are purchasing. So depends for both the parties, how much quantity, right, you are purchasing, and either the party is able to bear that much. Okay, next one is past record of payment and degree of competition in the market. This is also considerable. What are the past records of the payment? Have you paid the things timely? Suppose you are not dealing first time, so you have the previous record, how you are making the payment. Are you making the payment right in time? If you are delaying, so they will be hesitant to provide you this credit. Okay, so everything matters. So these were the key points about the trade credit. Now what are the benefits of this trade credit? Merits, you can say. Convenience. So it's very convenient, students. You don't have to go somewhere and take the finance and then use it. Directly you are getting the things on the credit basis. That means you have skipped one step even to arrange the finance. So it's very convenient for you. Next one, purchase without immediate payment. You don't have to make the payment immediately. So this is also good for you. Okay. Next one, readily available. Trade credit is a continuous source of finance. It's readily available in case of credit worthiness of customers is known to the seller. Well, if you have a good reputation, students, it's helping you a lot. Readily available. See, if you want to have the finance from anywhere, either this is equity, debenture, financial institutions, public deposits, bank loan, you have to do certain formality. You have to spend some amount. You have to give some time. Okay, so it takes time and money. But here, no time, no money. Simply you are just going and solving your purpose. Your purpose is to purchase these goods, right? If you don't have money, they are providing you on the credit basis. Means within no time, without any cost paying, you have purchased the thing. You have achieved your target. Okay, so that was readily available. Now increase in sale. Trade credit needs to promote the sales of an organization. Of course, you are increasing your sale due to this credit facility. If one is not having the cash and he is not allowed to purchase it on the credit basis, okay, so he won't purchase, so your sale will reduce. But if you have allowed the person to purchase on the credit basis, so he is purchasing, of course it is helpful to this purchaser, but simultaneously your sale is also increasing. Fine. So increase in the sale. Next one is maintain the inventory level. If an organization wants to increase its inventory level in order to meet expected rise in the sales volume in the near future, it may use trade credit to finance the same. Okay, so maintain the inventory level. If you want to keep the inventory, students, the meaning of inventory is stock. Okay, so don't forget this, inventory is stock and turnover is sale. All right. So inventory level maintain करने के लिए भी आपका trade credit is quite helpful. Suppose you don't have proper finance but you want to means the minimum inventory you have to keep, so you can avail it on the credit basis. Next one is no charge on assets. Well, we have discussed, students, when you take loan from the bank, so sometime means most of the time, if it is a long term, so bank keep your assets as a mortgage. If it is a short, for the short period also, bank keeps the assets as a mortgage. And if you want to have from any other source like debentures, so then also you have to keep your assets as a mortgage. But this is the method where you don't have to keep your assets as a mortgage. Okay, so directly you can take the goods on the credit basis, means your assets are also free of charge. So these were the merits. Now we will talk about a few limitations, because always pros and cons are there. You won't find anything which is having only merits. So the first one is increased risk. Availability of easy and flexible trade credit facilitates trade credit facilities may induce a firm to indulge in over trading, which may add to the risk of the firm. Students, here they are mentioning increased risk. It is for the firm which is selling. Seller is selling the goods on the credit basis. Okay, and sometimes some over trading are done. Next year you will study the accounting ratio in your accountancy. So we have to study the ratios, which ratio is ideal, which one is good and all. Okay, so over trading means which is beyond your capacity, and you didn't have that much capacity and you have sold the goods on the credit, and the risk increases, of course, because it is not the cash one, it is credit one. Maybe tomorrow the party doesn't give you the money. As more credit sale is there, the more risk of bad debts arises. Okay, so risk increases. Next one is limited funds. Only limited amount of funds and for a limited period can be generated through trade credit. Students, in fact, here we are discussing the sources of the business finance. Okay, so this is of course one of the source of finance, but it works only for a limited time of period and for the limited quantity, for the limited amount only. If you want to have finance for a long time of the period, so this system doesn't work. This is available regarding your goods only, not for anything else. Suppose you want to purchase some machinery, okay, machinery wala bhi credit pe de sakta hai, but certain other things you want to have, so you won't get this facility. All right. Now costly source, although we have discussed that no interest will be payable on that, but as I have mentioned that they take the different prices. For the cash, different charges, I mean different price they keep, and for the credit sale they keep the different rates. Okay, so it is generally a costly source of funds as compared to most other sources of the raising money. Is that clear, students? Although it is mentioned that no interest is there, so how it can be costly source? Reason I have told you, the different rates, and when one purchases it on the credit basis, so the charges will be, I mean they charge the higher prices. Next source of the finance is your loan from financial institutions, as we take from the banks. Okay, so certain other financial institutions are available in the country, so we can have loan from those one also. So here it is talking, the central government and state government have established a number of financial institutions all over the country. These financial institutions provide financial assistance and guidance to industries and business enterprises. They are called development banks. Next to next chapter we will study about the development banks, and different sort of institutions are working to support and strengthening this small business and large one also. Okay, so examples they have taken of these. IFCI, this is Industrial Finance Corporation of India. ICICI, this is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. And this is IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. So all these are a few examples of the financial institutions, and we have certain other financial institutions, okay, which has been established to help the small scale businesses. Now, what are the merits of these financial institutions? Medium and long term finance. Short term we can have from the different methods, and these are providing for long time of the period and for middle also. Financial institutions provide medium and long term finance which are not provided by commercial banks. Commercial banks provide for a short time of the period most probably, but these are the resources which provides us for medium and long term. Assistance in business. Besides providing funds, many of these institutions provide financial, managerial, technical advice and consultancy to business firm. Well, when we will start studying these topics in detail, you will find that these has been established by the government to assist the business, right? To support the business, to improve the business, okay? So if business face any kind of problem, any technical problem, any managerial problem, raw material problem, selling and distribution problem, so these institutions are there to support them. So these institutions are not only supporting for the finance, in other sectors also they are supporting them. Next one is goodwill. Obtaining loan from financial institution increases the goodwill of the borrowing company in the capital market. Consequently, such a company can raise funds easily from other sources as well. Now you will think that how the goodwill increases. In the previous chapters we have discussed that if you have a in this only regarding the debentures and all, if you borrow something, so your credit worthiness decreases in the market, rather you have your own capital, okay? So here is the reason. Obtaining loan from financial institutions increases your goodwill, because these institutions provide you loan when they check all the aspects of your business, right? Certain the details of your business they check, and when they find that everything is up to the mark, everything is okay in your business, and you are meeting all these requirements of the law, only then they provide you the loan. That means your business is on the right track and all the formalities has been fulfilled, and you are following all the rules, regulations and law, okay? So your goodwill increases in the market, right? So financial institutions without much problem and without inquiry, they can provide you the loan, because these institutions have granted you the loan already. That means they have verified everything about you, okay? Next one is easy repayment. As repayment of loan can be made in easy installments, it doesn't prove to be much of a burden on the businessman. These financial institution, of course, wherever you take the loan from, you have to return one day, but they have the easy easy methods of making the payment. In easy installments you can repay them. So these were the merits. Now what are the demerits, limitations? Time consuming procedure. Well students, wherever the interference of the government comes, it takes a lot of time, okay? So these institutions are set up by the Indian government, so it takes much time. Financial institutions follow rigid criteria for grant of loans. Too many formalities make the procedure time consuming and expensive, of course. Time consuming and expensive also. Second one is restrictions for dividend payment. Certain restrictions, such as restriction on dividend payment, are imposed on the powers of the borrowing company by the financial institution. Once again, I repeat students, wherever the government is interfering, so you have to work according to their guidelines, and the restrictions they impose you have to follow. So they impose the restriction on declaring the dividend, means you have to follow their rule regulations. Whatever they say regarding the dividend, you have to follow all these things, okay? Next one is telling that restriction on power of the company. It's telling financial institutions may have their nominees on the board of directors of the borrowing company, thereby restricting the powers of the company. We have studied regarding the company that the power is in the hand of the shareholders, okay, and the board of directors, they are the shareholder, of course, because they purchase the qualification share, right? Now they are telling here, as the government is interfering, so the directors are also nominated by the government, right? So the power is in the hands of the government, not completely in the hand of the company. So restrictions on power of the company alone is not having all the power, okay, it has been diverted. So these were the limitations of financial institutions. Clear, students? So these are not the normally banks, these are those institutions which are set up by the government. So all these institutions, they follow all the guidelines and rule regulations which has been established by the government, and the people who take loan from these one take the financial advantage from those ones, so they have to follow. Next is your loan from the commercial bank. As it is well known by everyone that we have the commercial bank, we have studied in chapter number 4, and these banks are providing loan if somebody requires. So commercial banks gives loan and advances to the business firm in the form of, how do they provide? Well, simple cash credit. If you want to have the loan of 5 lakh rupees, so they provide you simply 5 lakh rupees. Overdraft, we have studied. Overdraft, for availing this facility, your current account should be there in the bank. Current account, you understand, students? An individual has a saving account where you keep your deposits and where you get interest on that, and current account that can be opened by the business. Yes, we have studied in chapter number 4 while discussing about the banking, okay. So overdraft means you have less amount in your account, but you can draw more to the extent of your limit which you have taken, right? Next one is term loan, means for the time period 5 years, 4 years, 10 years, whatever that is. Discounting of bills receivable, we have discussed. When you have a bills receivable which arises from the debtors, okay, debtors से आपको पैसा मिलना है, and we have the bills receivable from the debtors. If they accept it, so that becomes BR for you. BR, you get money after some time. Suppose they have accepted it for 3 months, तो इस BR पे आपको 3 months में पैसा मिलेगा, ठीक है, but you need it today only, so you can get it discounted from the bank. Means बैंक को आपने BR हैंड ओवर कर दिया और बैंक थोड़ा सा अमाउंट काट के चार्जेस काट के बाकी पैसा आपको दे देगा. So you can take this money today only. तो ये भी एक तरह की आपकी फाइनेंशियल हेल्प है BR के थ्रू, ठीक है, एंड बैंक बाद में उस पार्टी से ले लेगा. So these were the methods by which bank, any commercial bank, can help you to have the finance. So what are the merits of this method? Available on time. This doesn't take much time like your financial institutions, other financial institutions. So commercial bank provide timely financial assistance to business firms. Easy availability, of course, a little formalities are always there, but it's easier source to have the funds. Next one is flexibility. Flexibility source of finance. Loan amount can be repaid if funds are available with you, okay. These are not as rigid as other government things are there. So whenever the fund is available, you can repay. Secrecy. You are the customers of the bank. When you are taking loan from the bank, so you are the customer for a bank. So bank always keep the information secret of their customers. They doesn't leak it out. So flexibility, secrecy is maintained about loan taken by a commercial bank. Next one is economical. Bank loan is cheaper source of finance as no expenses incurred on the underwriting, issue of prospectus, so and so. Here they are comparing with issue of shares and debentures. For these things you have to issue the prospectus, advertisement, so and so, right? Many expenses, you have to appoint the underwriters and brokers. So these kind of expenses are not there, you don't have to do, right? These are quite economical. A little amount we have to spend, not like those one, okay. So it's economical source of the finance. Now what are the limitations? Limitations, that is short term or medium term finance, not more than that. So if you need long term finance, so that is problematic things for you, okay. You can't have it from the commercial bank. Next one is charge on assets. Students, these bank, they don't give you the loan without keeping your assets as a mortgage. Means something they need, either it's your gold or assets or anything else. Okay, so assets won't be free of charge. Your assets are mortgaged with the bank. Next one is difficult to obtain. It's not so easy that you go to the bank. We talk very simply that take loan from the bank, so it's not as easy as we talk. Okay, so they watch everything. What is your source of earning? Today you have taken, now you can say that I have kept my assets as a mortgage, then where is the problem to the bank? Of course, a bank may have so much of the problem, because how will you repay? They check this aspect also. Do you have source of earning? And if it is there, then how much you are earning, right? Is that regular source of earning? Is that a government source or the private source? Everything they watch, and then they provide you the loan and they sanction. It's not that ki you have asked for 5 lakhs so you will get the 5 lakh sanction. If you ask for the 10 lakh and you get the 10 lakh sanction by the bank, they see accordingly and then they sanction your loan and that you get. Okay, so it's not as easy. So here we have completed this loan from the commercial bank also. Here this differences we are discussing, distinctions or differences you can say between the public deposit and bank loan. Okay, so if we talk from the security point of view, public deposits are generally unsecured. We know that we are availing from the public and it is unsecured, but rate of interest is high. And bank loan, these are generally secured. Fine, means assets has been kept as a mortgage. Rate of interest, here we have a higher rate of interest on public deposit is comparatively lower, and rate of interest is relatively higher. It is student, there are two point of view. Okay, if we think from banking point of view and from the customer's point of view, that's vice versa. Okay, so when we compare these two, so bank's rate is higher and public deposits rate is lower than this bank. Okay, but I'm not fully satisfied this one. So rate of interest, students, let it be this point. Okay, because in the previous point we have, while public deposit we have studied that the rate of interest is higher, that is why the public is interested. Okay, so let this point be here. Rules, public deposits are governed by the Companies Act and central government. Public deposits governed by the Companies Act and the central government. All right, means Companies Act, whatever the instructions are by given by the Companies Act, that they have to follow. If company is issuing the public deposit, and if central government has given any guidelines regarding the public deposit, they have to follow. But here commercial banks provide loan under the rule regulations of the RBI. They have got nothing to do with the Companies Act and all that. Companies Act को कौन follow करेगा? Companies follow करेंगी, and here the banks will follow the guidelines of their apex bank, that is Reserve Bank of India. Fine. Period of finance, here it is provided up to 3 years. Okay, means short term and medium term we are including here also. So public deposits are available for a period up to 3 years, and bank finance is available for short and medium period, means till 5 years we have a, means less than 5 years is included in a medium term. Suitability, companies with good reputation and financial standing can use this as a source of finance. We have discussed in the public deposit, students, those companies who are having good reputation, enjoying the goodwill, easily they can have this money from the public through the public deposit, because everyone believes the company and they can provide this money to the company. Okay, but this bank loan suitable for all kind of enterprises, because they see their credit worthiness, they keep the assets as a mortgage, there is no issue, and they provide that. Secrecy, there is no secrecy, it's open in the public, and bank keep the information secret of their customers. So secrecy about bank loan can be maintained, right students? So we have cleared this point. So rate of interest, let it be. Okay, I will confirm and I'll let you know about it. Fine. Well, that's all students, we have completed this chapter. This ICD, intercorporate deposit, that has been deleted from your syllabus. Okay, and one more topic, this was factors affecting the choice of the sources of fund, means which factors affect your business. Okay, when you choose for the business, what kind of business you want to do, right? Either this should be company, partnership, so and so. Okay, so many things are there which you have to keep in your mind. and especially here they have given for the source of fund. When you are going to choose the source of fund, which source I have to choose, okay, so which factors are affecting on that. So this is also not right now in your syllabus, but you must go through, it's very easy, and if you find any problem, so you can ask me, no problem. So intercorporate deposit, I just give you a brief information, although it is not in the syllabus, but you should have a little knowledge about it. Intercorporate deposit, as its name is suggesting, intercorporate, दो corporates के बीच में, दो businesses के बीच में. Here the businesses help each other, but through the mediator. Directly they don't help each other. Sometimes some business they have some extra one, right, and somebody is in the deficiency, so they can help each other. So I'm just reading the features for you. Within no time you can understand this. Features always explain the definition of any topic. So ICD transactions take place between two companies. ICDs are short-term deposits, not for the long term. ICDs are unsecured deposit, no assets has been kept as a mortgage. And ICDs transactions generally involve broker. I've told you that these two companies are helping each other, but through the mediator, that can be broker. ICDs bear a high rate of interest as compared to banks and other markets. Wherever the things are unsecured, students, no assets has been kept as a mortgage, so why people will go in for that? So there should be something by which we can induce the party, we can convince the party, and that is a higher rate of interest, okay? Means you provide the higher rate of interest. ICDs transactions have no legal formality, so easily that is available to you. All right, students, so here we have completed this chapter, okay? So I hope you are studying well. If you didn't start your studies, please keep this point in your mind that you have to do the studies on regular basis, otherwise you'll be in problem, okay? So keep learning and prepare well for your test. Thank you.